Alright guys, so this is the weekly review so far, which opportunities we had recently, because I just want to show you some trades, so it's not a consistent video series, but I just want to show you what to look for and why it is better to be patient, because let me tell you this first. So I've tried to do this stuff like I would do a normal job, and it just doesn't work because there is not a good opportunity every day and not even every week. And yeah, patience basically pays much more than doing more. And once you can actually control this, you are good to go. So let me actually start with EU this week. So obviously, as you can see, it's basically ranging here at the top. Why at the top? Because we've just took out this external level here, and this is exactly the level where we are ranging, as you can see. So a pretty important level here, with this imbalance sitting here too. So it's such an important level. Next step which we can do is actually have a look at what the institutions are doing, because this is the COT data down here, and this is basically what the commercials are doing, and they are actually at this point already, as you can see, net short, indicating a reversal, and the valuation tool is also pretty overbought to the top. So actually the data is indicating a bearish move, so this is just something to keep in mind. Nevertheless, so you're kind of short-term trading against the fundamental data. You just should keep that in mind, because you normally want to trade in line with the fundamental data in Confluence, but nevertheless, this is what is happening here. And what we got too is we got the price action basically indicating to us that we might get a nice trade, a nice setup to the upside, but this is obviously short term. And now here, as you can see, unless we break this level, we are in a range and short term bearish. If we break this level, we continue bullish to the upside. Now, what has happened this week here? It's pretty messy price action. That is due to bank holidays and news. And so what we got this level here broken right at this important level at the mitigation. Now it is very messy with the wicks, but nevertheless the full body broke, and that's what you should keep in mind. So that's on the 4-hour time frame. So let us ignore the fundamental data for a second here, and we then mitigated this level, basically here stop, reversed, and got all of this messy price action. That was basically the bank holidays these last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, I guess. And now the important thing is this was liquidity that got built right here, and here, right here, we got a real shift. And now, since that was the recent high created, thing is, you could have entered right here at the mitigation, something like this. Stop must be below this protected low, and then you can target this, and this would have been a 1 to 1.7 trade. Um, yeah, which is not so great, not so perfect, but it's good, it's okay. Also, you could have used this mitigation here of this auto block, and then um, you would have had the 1 to 2 trade actually on EU. So that's what's happening. Um, yeah, and then we've got all sorts of messy price action in here. Uh, yeah, that's just. And also, what we should note is I always keep track of the timings. So this is London session, and this is prior to New York session. So pretty good time to be in the market. Could have set alerts. Basically, would have catched this trade probably. And then in here, there's no imbalance. We never came to this one, which we might still do. But for now, this was basically the trade. Now, let's actually have a look here at GU. So we're right at this top, same thing. But we've basically stopped here, so indicating a bearish, yeah, a bearish momentum. Now we are at this level basically here with GU, and we broke to the upside. Yeah, indicating still bullish momentum. Now let's actually have a look how you could have played this. The mitigation as well. So you should take a look at this candle protecting this. So this is the real low, aligning, pretty much aligning with this price action here. And here same thing, bank holiday, pretty messy price action, but nevertheless we got the break here, and then this was basically liquidity, and always need to consider the real low. And then here, once we've got the mitigation, there you got the break. We also didn't mitigate this one here, and so you could have traded something like this. Also not the perfect ratio, but if you held it a little bit longer, up until this level, or finally the final target, that would be the trade. And right now, where price action is just continuing, you can see just basically mitigating block after block and imbalance. So there we go, there we fly. And then here on Monday, same thing with gold. So that's a pretty important level here. So that is the daily level here, and we also got this imbalance sitting here. So there's a reason for price to come here. It then stopped here, did not want to go lower, and here the fundamental data, yeah, kind of valuation gave us a signal here. The commercial is still selling, but this is also the US dollar index, so we could actually have a look here for gold on the futures. But anyways, yeah, as you can see, price action, it has created this range, and as we know, it always accumulates, creates ranges to trap and to accumulate, and then makes a false move. Down movement continues to then grab the orders and boom, fly higher. And here we actually had the shift. We then had this imbalance where we precisely came into, then we had the shift. This is the real low to consider. And yeah, then you basically let price run and fly into this zone. And yeah, that was pretty much the trade of the week, because already it was at 1 to 6, and finally, yeah, it flies into here. And with today's news coming up, FOMC and interest rate decision, this is why price action is so shitty today, because they're creating all kinds of traps before, and then boom, price flies higher. And I've already marked this level here, so should we break and close above, we could go here and then finally move up. That's just something to keep an eye on, but we could also come much lower into this imbalance here, or all the way down here. So that is pretty much possible, because so many people are long here, so they could trap us, you know, make a monster move down and then whatever. So everything's possible, because that is news. And also what I don't like here, look at this level. This is why we have reacted to this. And there's the imbalance. And this candle, to me, indicating bearish price action, but nevertheless it's a range. So yeah, should we come lower than here, it's very much possible that we go lower. That's the thing with ranges, but nevertheless from down here, beautiful trade, and that was actually the trade. Now let's have a look if we actually got something this week on the indices. Yeah, we had this basically here, and it's just messy price action, man. Nothing I want to be involved here. It just, it reacted to this imbalance and boom, flew higher on Monday. So yeah, if you would have been risky, you could have traded this, but yeah, same thing here, kind of into this auto block. Nothing I'm really interested here. And now here recently a short has formed, but we now must break below here, so it's still open. Now here a trade seems to form. Don't want to trade counter trend, but nevertheless here would have worked. Boom, go lower into this imbalance. We've then mitigated pretty ugly, to be honest, because here on the 4-hour time frame it looks bearish too, not gonna lie. So not many good trades this week so far, because it's shitty price action, man. It's indecision in the markets, very big indecision, and yeah, it's pretty indecisive markets due to bank holidays, interest rate decision. And just remember, the markets are setting up for this days ahead, and this is just what happened here. Now here, same thing, nothing so far. It's just, we've got this mitigation, got this structural shift, then we got this level, mitigation. It's just, yeah, it's just setting up messy price action, not a clear break yet. And yeah, we could see something here. Here, however, we had something. So first of all, the commercials are buying here. And why is that? Because we've mitigated into internal liquidity and we're bullish overall. Now we've got this shift recently here. Yeah, and so it seems that everything's aligning. Yeah, even here, valuation looks fine, looks good. And until here, commercials were long. But again, this is not the futures chart that I'm on, so we have to check this on the futures charts for GBP and NZD. And here's the shift basically. As you can see here, then price came here, took many traders out, but with the wick, and as you know, they protect. And then here we had the shift, and so it's just moving, and so we really have the potential here, even tapped into the imbalance. So we've pretty much the potential. This is the first level, and this is basically the potential for price to come here, and that seems and looks like a good trade. And from here it could actually fly into here, which long term would be a 1 to 10, 1 to 11, but that would probably run around a month, that trade. So yeah, if that one works out, probably runs 1 or 2 months, so that's real swing trading here, but it could work out, and this is the potential. And then here we basically had the same thing, so we had a shift to the upside, even though I think, yeah, we're bearish overall. Yeah, so we are bearish on this one, so should expect more bearish price action, but we've tapped into this imbalance here, and we had a reaction here, like this. So we had this reaction here, and had this trade, which was a 1 to 2 basically, and then it ran a little bit longer, and now kind of reversed at this auto clock. And now since overall we're bearish still, it seems like it wants to target, so it breaks here and wants to target this low, but nevertheless, so there was another trade, and this is basically it for the week. So yeah, just a few messy trades, very bad week, but there you go.